Because Lord knows he would attack your guy. And he's not like a skinny dude. He's like a heftier, bigger guy. And I mean, Sarah's not a little petite girl either, but my manager, but I mean, still, like, you don't want that. And so everything was going okay, and all of a sudden I hear like Lauren, one of my other coworkers, say, like, shit, where'd she go? And I'm like, what? What do you mean, where'd she go? And I looked outside and they weren't like directly in my line of vision like they used to be. I'm like, fuck. I look over and he's like like almost cornering her, like walking up to her, and she's like backing up, like, hold on, like, calm down, you get away from me, all this stuff. And I'm like, fuck. And of course, like, there's this one girl who she's like, she's bigger too, and she knows how to protect herself. And so like, she was ready to go. We had all the guys who were ready to go. I'm like, and I was just like, no, you guys have to stay back behind the bar. Just keep on working, keep on going through drive-through. We'll handle this situation. As soon as he started pressing in on Sarah, Rosie grabbed the phone and called 911 as per her instructions by Sarah. So she has the police on the phone, giving him all this information, descriptions, and all this other shit, and he's just like fucking going off on her. And I'm like, oh my god. And I was scared shitless that he was gonna hit her. And like, I'd never been more ready to use my training in that moment. And so finally, eventually, he steps back away from her, comes inside, yells at everybody. He's like, I just want to let you know, everybody, that this lady says it's okay for her employees to call you that kind of person. And I'm like, bitch, you are that kind of person. Do you see what you're doing right now? You're that kind of fucking person. And so he's just going off and off, and oh my god, it was ridiculous. And I was so scared of him. I had like 15 people in the lobby at this time, and all these people are scared shitless because, I mean, this motherfucker's coming in and like screaming at everyone. Luckily, no one was hurt. He drove away. Everything's fine there. What am I gonna do first? I think you do eyeshadow first, right? I'm gonna do eyeshadow. Because I don't have no foundation. You see what you get. Get what you see? Yeah, same. So, Sarah has depression too, and like, she handles it really well, but I mean, obviously, in a traumatic experience like this, like, yes, any normal person would like be frantic and react that way, but on top of her depression, like, you can only imagine what would happen like that. How hookerish do I want to be? So I will just go with this one. Here we go. I haven't used this one before. Nice. Oh, I should go with that one. Oh, yes. Bitch, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so she's just like, it's insane. And so Sarah's all trying to figure out like next steps. She put in an incident report for what just happened. Everything like that. And this is not working at all. Oh, it is. Hold on. If you go back inside the house, I don't care, but don't cry. Sorry, Westy was crying at the door. So she's doing her incident report and all that. And, like, calling our district manager and everything, figuring out next steps, like, how to proceed with this process. Because we need to have a way for him to not be able to come back into our store, because he is a physical threat to our manager and our team members, and frankly anyone in his path. So she's on the phone with Yolanda, like, it was this whole situation, and apparently the police didn't really take it that seriously, because they didn't really do anything. Like, they didn't show up at all. They were just saying, like, because he didn't lay hands on her, which thank God he didn't, because I fucking swear, bitch. But because he didn't lay hands on her, there's nothing they could really do. Like, we can't, like, put up a legal anything because he didn't physically harm her. It's bullshit. And so she's looking through, trying to figure out how she can, like, how she can, through Coffee Bean, get a restraining order, essentially, against him, so he's never allowed back on the premises. The only motherfucking way to do that is for, when he's there, for the police to physically show up, take down his information, then personally send him a letter stating that he's not allowed back at the store. I hope to, I pray to God that he never comes back to our store. Like, the day he does, oh God, I don't know, I'm terrified, frankly, for whenever he comes back to the store, if he ever, pray to God he doesn't, but if he does, we have this whole strategy planned out. Like, as soon as we see him, we call 911. We don't engage with him, but just, like, make his drinks, take his money at the register, like, don't make conversation, don't do anything like that, just make his drinks, but make them in a manner that wouldn't, not as long as to upset him, because, I mean, you don't want to poke no motherfucking bear, but, like, long enough for the police to be able to get there and, like, do all their shit that they have to do. And so this is just the past motherfucking 2 days. Like, what the fuck, bitch? Oh, God, I swear, terrifying. And so, Jesus, I'd been shaking all day after that. Like, after he left, I was shaking all day, because I'm like, dear God, I don't know what would have happened had anything happened. I don't know, like, what the fuck? How do you fucking come back from that? That shit's scary. And so, oh God, it was, oh, but at least he's gone for now. The only reason I would ever hope for him to come back would be so that we can get that warrant against him to never come back. Because it's bullshit how that's the only way you're going to be able to get someone to never come back to a place, is to get them to come back. So, but, I mean, he is crazy, so he probably will try to come back, unfortunately. But bittersweet, because we'd be, hopefully, motherfucking police would get there in time. It takes us like 15 minutes to make his goddamn drink, because it's so motherfucking complicated. So hopefully they'd be able to get there in time, to do all their shit. But, god damn it, man. And, okay, so now that you know the whole situation, I am going to pick out a couple of points. Frankly, I am very surprised and proud of myself for being that calm and collected during that kind of situation. I don't want to be like, oh my god, I'm amazing, but, like, in that kind of situation, like, you know, I would have, like, fucking froze and, like, stood there like, holy shit, what the fuck do I do? But, like, I was able to, like, calmly rally my team, be like, because a couple of them were saying that they were going to go outside. I'm like, no, everyone stay behind the bar, keep making drinks like normal, we'll handle this. And I was talking to the customers, I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about the situation, we are on the phone with the police right now, and we'll be handling this situation. And so, like, I don't think I would have been able to do that a few months ago even. Like, so, but, God, it's just so fucking terrifying, like, and I mean, what kind of motherfucking person starts a fight at the only place he goes to get coffee, every single motherfucking day, over some goddamn coffee? Like, bitch, calm yourself. If you want this coffee so much, go fucking make it yourself. Like, it's not that hard. Let me rephrase. The way you want it is that hard, but making coffee at home is not that hard. Like, that's just bullshit. And I feel like if you're that specific in the way you need your coffee, then just fucking learn how to make it at home. And, like, I mean, that's exactly what I do when I go and I make my drinks. I make my own drinks. I don't, because I like it a certain way. I'm picky about it. I don't give a shit. So, I make my own drinks because I know how I like it. Not that I don't think anyone else can make it, but I just know I know how to make it. Fair and simple. God. And so I was scared for Fong because he, even though he is like bubbly and all this shit, you always know those people are kind of like really sensitive and kind of like that inside. And so I was just worried for him. I'm just like, hey Fong, are you doing okay? Like, if you need to talk about anything, I'm always here for you, all this stuff. And he was saying how he just felt bad for Sarah, that she had to deal with it. Even though none of it was his fault. Like, Mike is a fucking crazy ass bitch. You know, there's nothing that he would have been able to do to make it his fault. Unless he, like, straight up was the one who started cussing at Mike, which he would never do. I'm just scared he's gonna come back tomorrow morning because precious little baby Sam is our opener, and Mike's already yelled at Sam because we didn't have cold brew one day, which is nothing in his control, mind you. How do you do this? Like, fucking, because I need to hold my eye back. Fuck it. Hey, bitch. And so, like, we were busy the day before, and so we weren't able to make cold brew. And so we just didn't have it. You could substitute iced coffee for it, sure, whatever. This motherfucker just goes off. He starts yelling at Sam. Sam is a little precious baby angel. Like, he's so sweet. We all love him. Everyone loves Sam. And it just hurts when you hear, like, someone like that getting yelled at by a bitch-ass motherfucker who can't deal with his own shit in life. And so, oh God, I don't know what, because he's not going to be able to be briefed, is the thing. He wasn't, unless he closed yesterday, which I don't know if he did, and even then he wouldn't know the extent of the situation now, because, like, all this shit happened today. So, like, sure, he'd have the document that says we are able to refuse service to him, but, like, he doesn't know the rest of it. And we want to keep this, of course, between